Hey guys, so today we're going to talk about a problem that a lot of people face in Vendor Central, and this is shortage claims. And Amazon claiming they did not receive goods, they're not paying you on the full invoice, and many of you are seeing this kind of as a revolving door over and over and over again with um, a high amount of your total invoices are seeing shortage claims. It is quite normal. I do believe it's a profit center for Amazon. They know what they're doing. It's not by mistake, and it's not necessarily anything you're doing wrong. 9 times out of 10, it is just simply getting the paperwork correct. So I'm going to walk through some of the tips that I've found are helpful in recovering that money. And at the very end, talk about the 10% of the time where it's not anything related to the paperwork, and it is related to potentially your labeling. So first, we're going to talk about that process and how you need to prepare all your documentation. So Amazon's going to want to see the packing list. They're going to want to see a bill of lading, an invoice, and the ship information. So, your tracking or delivery confirmation. And it's important to note that Amazon expects on your invoice and the bill of lading and the packing list that you include all of the details from the original purchase order, but also the ASINs, the model number, their quantity, and the tracking number and the carrier, right? So if your invoice and your packing list, for example, are not missing or are absent of the actual ASINs, their quantity, the price, the tracking number, also the PO number, the invoice number, all these numbers should be common denominators on every piece of documentation that you provide Amazon outside of the delivery receipt. So the delivery receipt you can get from your carrier. It's going to be a signature from whoever accepted it at the dock, or it will be a signature from the driver. It's just simply confirmation that the product was delivered or dropped off, and it's a seal traditionally. So you're going to want to recover that from the shipper. The rest of the documentation, you really can alter afterwards, or just have a way for your system to automatically include the ASIN number and a field for your invoice and your PO, and all these numbers, the stars need to basically align. So the documentation all needs to jive. Amazon most certainly has the goods, and they claim they can't locate it, or they've done an investigation. That's all default language everyone sees. So you need to make sure you have all your paperwork correct, all the accuracies, every important piece of detail on all of this documentation, and you can pencil it in afterwards if you have to, if it's not there right now. Submit it, create the dispute ID. Likely, Amazon will give you a few bucks back. Now, you can only really submit this through the dispute tool a couple of times, but my suggestion is after one failure and after one partial recovery amount or approval amount, create a case, provide the dispute ID, provide all your documentation via attachment, and go through the same thing. We've given you all the attachments. This is the shortage amount. This is the invoice. You only authorized this, and you paid this, but you owe this. Make it real simple for them. And say simply, we demand payment or we'll stop shipping. So once Amazon understands that you're going to stop shipping them and you're demanding payment, they'll change their tune. So it's very possible they get back to you and say, we've conducted our investigation, we still can't find it. You need to stick to your guns and say, I demand payment, or I'm stopping all shipments effective immediately. They're going to get back to you and probably escalate that. And from here, a good 75% of the time, you're going to get an email from them saying, we found the inventory, or we're going to pay you on the next payment cycle or in the next 72 hours. Now, if that doesn't occur, keep pushing, right? Just stick to your guns. You can get slightly more aggressive with them, but obviously you don't want to use any mean language or cursing, or you don't want to be aggressive. You just want to be firm in the fact that you will stop shipping Amazon. You'll stop selling them, and they'll continue to escalate. Eventually, you'll get an answer that you like. If not, they're going to tell you what kind of documentation you may be missing. Now, that's a strategy that I've found works in recovering almost every single penny across multiple accounts that we manage, and I've recovered probably hundreds of thousands of dollars at this point in shortages. So if there's no problem with your paperwork, and there's no problem with the actual documentation, right? So you're including your ASINs and you're including the invoice number, the PO, and all this submission information. You may have an issue with either the carton contents label and or the shipping label. So they're either one's missing, the other's not, or one's complete and the other is not, or it's on the wrong side of the box. We've seen that. So it should be, on a long side of the box towards the corner. The other thing that you may be doing incorrectly is the case packs, the way they're set up in the system, and the inner packs and the inner packs per master could be wrong on these. And so what Amazon's expecting in there doesn't match because the catalog data is wrong. So go back and look through your catalog data under the shipping menu inside the details, and make sure your case pack information, your case pack count, and your items per inners and your inners per carton, make sure that's all correct, because if it's wrong, it also creates a lot of confusion during check-in, and basically it gets sidelined to like a problem solver cubby, and with all the other problem items and misfits. So that can delay payment. It can create confusion and shortages during check-in. So make sure that all of your catalog information is correct. The beginning part of this video assumes that it was. If it is not, you have to fix that first. Then go on to where might I be making some mistakes in the paperwork. So hopefully this information helps. I'm going to include a link to a blog post that I've written on the subject. And check out our blog for more information. There's a lot of great topics we cover there. If you have any other questions, please reach out to .comreps.com directly. Again, my name is Adam. I'm the founder. And please subscribe to our channel. And thank you for watching this video.